Tuesday, Web3. Welcome to another
Woo,
live
we
show.
recording?
We are live. We're large and in charge.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
see a new background, which all that means is you see that couch right there? That's where I was sitting. So now this is the other side. This is what the rest of my basement looks like.
Let's go.
Ignore the mess
Well-
on the table here. Sorry.
Well, JC, we got a new angle on you today.
Yeah.
Guys, we have some exciting stuff to talk about. I know all week people were hyping up Trump coin, and we'll get into that a little bit. And Vitalik Buterin says that the founder of Ethereum says quantum computing is going to destroy blockchain. We'll get into it, guys.
Quantum computing, it's all dead. Just sell it all. Take your profits now.
Yep.
And guys, if you're listening live, please let me know. I've got my nice mic set up here, so let me know if I need to turn it up, turn it down, if it doesn't sound good. Okay?
You might need to turn it up a little bit. You're cutting in and out, kind of. It's just getting quieter. You're not cutting out. It's just the.
Okay. Is that a little better?
Much better.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Bubbles,
guys,
my bubbles.
Bubbles. For all my Finding Nemo fans.
Finding Nemo, love it.
But yeah, guys, things are kind of, bouncing back a little bit, over the weekend. We're still kind of moving sideways like we have been. A lot of things kind of still, we'll check the weekly here. Bam. Still a lot down. Arrow down 12%.
Yeah, we're just chopping around.
Yeah, mostly, for the month, guys, mostly we've kind of just moved sideways. If you really look at some of these big projects, Arrow's still up about 50% for the month. Crow still killing it. Love that. Meth doing great. Yeah, guys, there's still some winners here for the month, but there are definitely some good projects to kind of get in on. FET AI is a big play. That's down 47% right now, guys.
HBAR up 350%.
Render down 30% for the year. There are some good buying.
I picked up some Render last week. Guys, if you're new to the crypto space, which we hope some of you are coming in and trying to figure out, and hey, I want to say thanks for watching our show and interacting, because we are getting some traction. And if you're searching YouTube for crypto-based stuff, our videos and channels are starting to come up, and that's thanks to everybody just interacting. So if you're new and you're just searching what on earth is all this crypto stuff, understand that August and September every year typically look like this for crypto. It's up and down and up and down. It's kind of choppy. Day to day, you might be down 10%, you might be up 9%, you might be up 13%, you might be down 20% day to day. You just don't know, especially August and September. The end of September, October, November those are usually good months for crypto. We'll see if that plays out this year, but it has in the past. So if you're new, and you're like, oh crap, I just bought, at the beginning of August and everything's down 30%. Just wait. It's only a loss when you sell.
Exactly. JC, they're in the chat. They're saying we're still getting a little choppiness with the mic. I don't know.
I'm not. It's not coming in. Like I'm breaking up.
No, we can hear you. It's strange. It's like it's getting quiet and loud, and then quiet and loud.
I'm using this mic. This is turned off, so the sound quality is way better. I just need to
difficulties, guys.
Yep. Nope. As I get stuff set up, I can move it closer. I can turn up the gain. And
it actually sounds better now. So
okay.
It's just
keep letting me know, guys. We're monitoring the chat. I don't have to use my phone anymore.
Yeah, because usually what happens with better microphones is they have like noise canceling, so they eliminate the background noise. So like sometimes if your voice is quiet, it picks up your voice as background noise, and it tries to
Yeah, and I can bring it closer. I can turn up the input gain. Just keep letting me know. We're monitoring the chat. Closer is better. Okay, good. It's also, if I turn to look at the side, I notice I really need to get into the mic. So,
yeah, we're working on it, guys. Professional operation coming soon. But yeah, so a lot of stuff, a lot of bullish news still going on. We got rate cut coming this year. This month. So there's a lot of bullish sentiment in the market, but we've kind of just been moving to the side. So, I mean, if this is a good time for you guys to Bless me. This is a good time for you guys to pick up some of these projects that maybe you missed over the last year. So we definitely are excited to hear about what is going to happen after they cut rates, because that is when things are going to start getting really exciting, I think. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in the chat. So our first topic of the day, I'm just going to get right into it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share this.
Oh, before we do that, should we introduce him to, we are going to have a new guest on some of our videos. Should we introduce them?
Oh, okay, yeah, here, let's introduce the new guest first.
I'll be right back.
All right. Guys, we have a special treat for you. As you guys know, we are going to be doing more videos on the YouTube channel. More stuff for kind of beginners, getting people into crypto, teaching people different things, projects to buy. We do have another tier list video coming where we're going to be ranking the cryptos based on whether we think they're going to 5x, 10x, 100x. Yep, Mark, there's an 82% chance of rate cuts in September. So that is a really good sign. We really... Hey, our special guest has joined us. Welcome, JC 3.0.
Is this how the YouTubes works?
Oh God! So yeah, guys,
I don't see anything.
We're excited. We're gonna be doing a video for all the you crypto boomers out there, and newbies, where we're gonna explain. We're gonna be explaining crypto to a boomer. So hope you guys enjoy that one when that comes out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna get into it.
Yep, that was Ethel.
Reptar needs to start getting his masks out one of these days.
Yep.
Awesome.
So we're gonna have some fun videos with Reptar explaining some crypto terms. Like your 5-year-old has to explain to your grandparents.
So. For those of you guys who don't know, this is the man who invented Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin warns that quantum computing will destroy and undermine crypto security. We've all heard it, guys.
Sell.
Yep, we've all heard it before. Quantum computing is going to break the encryption of blockchain. Panic. So, what is quantum computing? I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want to bore some of our newer viewers, but essentially computers run on bits, so ones and zeros. It's the only two pieces of information that a computer can understand, either on or off, so 0 or 1. Quantum computing functions on things called qubits, which essentially can be any combination of a 1 or a 0.
Or a 1 and a 0.
So it could be both a 1 and a 0 at the same time. So what this allows is for basically like 4 times the processing power, because it can essentially be a 0, 1, a 1, 0,
per
0,
bit,
0, or a 1, 1.
Yep. So
it has 4 separate combinations that it could possibly be, but they all exist at once.
And that's on each qubit.
Yes, exactly.
So if you have a 5 qubit system, then you have 5 to the 4th computing power.
Yeah, you're cutting out
again. 2 to the 5th.
Yeah. So essentially, quantum computing is going to, really be a big deal when it comes out. The amount of processing that it's capable of is going to be much higher than modern computers. And the thing about it is, it's still, without getting too much into the semantics of it, because of how much data it can process and the nature of it, quantum computing, obviously uses quantum physics, where things can exist in a superposition state.
We're getting super nerdy here, and I love it.
Yeah. So again, without getting too much into quantum physics, essentially these pieces of data can exist as a 1 and a 0 at the same time. So that's all you really need to know. But why does this matter for crypto? Because quantum computing actually is so powerful that a lot of people think that the cryptography that is behind crypto could easily be broken, and they could actually crack private keys. That is one thing that people are really concerned about. So what I want to talk about today really quick for my Reptar rant is I just want to explain to you guys why I don't think anyone should be afraid of quantum computing when it comes to crypto. We have for those of you guys who don't know, I study computer science. I'm a bachelor of computer science, and to my understanding, quantum computing is still in its infancy, and it is in its infancy. The amount of bits and everything required to actually crack crypto, it doesn't really, it's not at that point yet. It hasn't really evolved to that level. So the thing is, first of all, we're not there yet. Eventually we could be there, but by the time that happens, by the time quantum computing catches up and people are able to use it to do things like crack blockchain, blockchain is going to have time to evolve. There could even be a fork of some of these chains in the future that will be resistant to quantum computing and other things. So just because the technology could break crypto in its current state doesn't mean that it's going to, because again, as quantum computing advances, blockchain is going to advance as well. And yeah, I completely agree, guys in the chat. Quantum computing and the quantum physics in general is so fascinating. If you guys have studied the Marvel multiverse and stuff, and things like superpositioning and these other terms that are associated with quantum computing, it's very spooky. It's almost like magic, kind of. It really is. And it's really, I understand why people are nervous about it, because it does seem like it's going to completely break the foundation of what crypto is built on, which is cryptography. But, Vitalik Buterin, he sees the concerns. He takes it very seriously because it's a real threat. However, we're still many years away from this being possible to even do. Quantum computers just aren't at that stage. They're very good at running very specific problems right now, very quickly, but more complex stuff, they're not designed to deal with yet. So as crypto evolves, I don't think this is going to be as much.
Well, and let's also point out that yes, quantum computing can be used to undermine security. Exactly the same way quantum computing can be used to bolster and strengthen security. Like all of this doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's not a one and done thing. History shows us across all things. Bad guys will use technology for bad things, and good guys will use technology for good things. So let's not pretend that, oh, well, I guess the first quantum computer is going to steal everybody's Bitcoin, and that's it. So let's we can stop the fear mongering and panicking. But you're absolutely right. This is from the Google AI here. Quantum computers are not universally faster. Their speed advantage is specific to certain complex problems, and they can achieve exponential speedups, completing tasks in minutes that would take a classical computer billions of years. So complex, huge data sets, that type of stuff, yes. Running Crisis, can it run Crisis? Not any better than a regular, if you're old enough to get that joke.
Can it run Crisis? I get that joke, all right. But no, guys, it's a real concern for a lot of people, but I don't think it's anything anyone needs to worry about. We hear this every few months when they want to stir up some FUD in the market, and they want to pump. They want to drop the price of ETH so they can get in a little bit cheaper, probably. But
100%.
But no, it's definitely it's I see why people are concerned about it, but it's a pretty big nothing. But something else that people were talking about all week was Trump coin.
Yep.
How'd it do?
It's not really Trump coin. It's the World Liberty Financial Institute. And the only reason people are calling it Trump coin, including us, is the fact that it's just World Liberty Financial is the Trump family's crypto organization. So they launched their WLFI token, which, as best I can tell, is really just a governance token. So I don't know. I guess maybe the best way to explain that, and Reptar or chat, correct me if you think this understanding of governance tokens is wrong. If you buy a stock, let's say you buy some Tesla stock, that the amount of stock that you own equates to a certain percentage of voting power on stuff that the company does on an open company. So if you have, or a public company, I should say. So if you have, presumably, the World Liberty Financial token acts as a similar mechanism. The more of that token that you own, the higher percentage of, not really voting power, but you can have more say so in the direction of the project. Does that track with how you understand those types of tokens?
Yeah, and honestly, guys, governance tokens aren't necessarily bad. We actually discussed eventually launching some kind of governance token for the NFT project because it's a cool way to get your investors to be part of the future of the project. So don't get me wrong, it's not just a meme coin, as a lot of people have equated it to. It is, as JC said, more of a governance token. And it launched yesterday, but it was kind of to be honest, guys, it was kind of a lackluster launch.
I think it's typical of a lot of projects. Look, we talk about crypto pump and dumps. Stocks on their IPOs do similar things a lot. The guys that get on the pre-sale, the guys that get the shares given to them, or they buy the shares, they're early investors, and so they get a lot of shares early, and they get their shares cheap. And as soon as the stock goes on public sale, it goes on sale for way more than what the early investors paid per share. And so they just dump and take their profits. It's not, I think it would be silly to not expect the same thing from crypto projects. So let me, I've got that, but let me go to this one instead. Here's their chart. So yesterday, I need to go back. There we go. That's still not a good chart. Here we go. This is a better chart. Here you can see where it opened yesterday. It opened. You can see the open on the screen there. The O stands for open. The H stands for high. The L stands for low. And the C stands for close. It opened at 22.86 cents. Pumped all the way up. You can see the top of the candle there. Pumped all the way up to 46 cents. From my understanding, and this may be wrong, so fact check me on this, I believe the early investors got in as low as 1.5 cents per token. So they made a 40x if they sold the top. When it opened, they were already at almost a 20x. That's not bad. So, yeah. As you can see, now this bottom here, this is the volume. And the volume actually looks pretty strong. You can see underneath the WLFI, you see the word volume. Today, in the last hourly candle here, is 3.963 billion in volume. But it's hanging out now back at 23 cents, where it opened at 23 cents. So it's back where it opened. It didn't flush all the way down, but it did. It pumped up. The big boys, the early investors, made their millions and dumped their bags on the rest of us. And I say dump their bags only because, wrong one. Sorry, this one right here. You can see, right, where is it? Dang it, it's up here. Sorry. You can see that only a quarter of the total supply has been issued or circulating. So that means 75% either has to be issued or is locked up by early investors.
And I'm sure that some of that is locked up for rewards for staking and stuff like that, but not great tokenomics, to be honest, because look at the fully diluted that's the volume.
No, that's fully diluted value. If all the tokens were in circulation at the current price, this would be the market cap of the token.
Yeah. And the market cap, 5 billion. I mean, that's already pretty large. That's that's almost 5 times larger than some of the bigger projects that we're invested in.
You can see at the top, it's number 27 by market cap.
Yeah. So there's a lot of money in this project already, guys. Do I think it's gonna go to $2? Probably not, honestly.
What does it do? Here you go. Bridging legacy finance and the open economy with purpose-built on-chain products. Now, I do know, there's a good possibility that this could do well, just because the Trump family, not Donald Trump himself, but Eric Trump especially, was pretty hacked off at traditional banks because they got kicked out of their banks just because their name is Trump. Like, the banks closed their accounts, like, hey, take your money somewhere else, because of their political views. And they're like, well, fine. And that's when Eric Trump says he really got involved in cryptocurrency. Maybe,
I really think
this is their answer to that. And maybe it does well.
No.
Maybe it doesn't.
Mr. Mark brings up a great point. It's not for retail, it's for their investors. And that makes a lot of sense. So
fair.
It's not a bad project. I don't want to say that at all, but
don't know.
There is a lot of money already in it. And right now things have cooled out. We're back down to around 25 cents. So if it's something that you are interested in, or something that you want to hold for a little while, I mean, go up for a sec, JC, look at those partnership lists. You got Chainlink, you got Binance, you got Bybit, Byget, some of the exchanges we talked about in our top 50 videos. You do have some partnerships here, BNB or Binance. So it's still an interesting project, but I don't think it's got that gain potential with a fully diluted value and a market cap so high, because it's just Chainlink's another great project. There's just not a ton of room on this one, I don't think. So I don't own any right now. I'm probably not going to be picking any up. But yeah, I know Chainlink. Can you believe that? Real A tier project, partnering with all these different people.
Yep. Chainlink is now the only S+ tier, just for ICE.
We have officially moved Chainlink to S tier, guys, just for ICE.
So I agree with you. I think there are other projects. If you're just looking to multiply your money, I don't think this is it right now. But if it sticks around, and this could, let's just
possible 2 or 3x. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, maybe. But let's say this project is a great product, and it is solving a problem, and it is doing something well. It's still going to be held back, I think, because it's tied to the Trump family, and that's a very polarizing thing. So It could be the greatest company in the world, but half the world's not going to get into it because it says Trump.
That's another great point. He's a very polarizing figure. If you do not like Trump, you are immediately going to ignore this.
Wait. Our wild Canadian friend Giro is in the chat. Morning, Giro.
Woo! Welcome back from Canada.
He's trying to keep all of Canada's power plants running at the same time. That's what he does.
It's funny. Shout out to my mom on the morning show. I know you're watching, Mom. Hi,
Reptar's mom. We're not making fun of you with the hair, I promise.
Yeah. No. So Giro actually, runs one of the power plants in Canada, supplying all
the power plants in Canada. What are you talking about?
All the power plants with Canada's precious energy. And it's funny because my mom works for the Canadian Management Center, which basically trains all the Fortune 500 companies. I mentioned that to her, and she was like, "Oh, well, what company does he run? Because I own, or I manage these ones." So me and Giro are gonna have to have a talk after the show, and we're gonna have to figure out something on that. But Giro, thanks for joining us, man. Always appreciate you.
Love it.
But yeah, so moving on, guys. One thing I do want to talk about, speaking of getting in early on projects, the DexRP pre-sale that we got into, JC. Before we forget, so Guys, the way you usually make money with things like this, like Trump's coin and some of these other projects we've gotten into, is just getting in early for these pre-sales. So we don't get into a lot of pre-sales because sometimes they're a little sketch. Sometimes we're not sure what to expect, but this is one we decided to hop into. JC, I'll let you take it away since XRP is your little baby.
It is.
Your baby project.
And Giro is also big into the DE XRP. We should call it I want to call it DXRP, like DeFi, but then people think it's just the letter D. It's DE as in DeFi, XRP. Giro brought this up to us, what was it, last week or was it the week before? Do you remember? I think it was the week before. I think it's been about 10 days. And it is a decentralized exchange, the first decentralized exchange launching on the XRP network. And they have a token, which you guys know we love DeFi tokens. We love Sauce, we love Uniswap, Saucer Swap, Sushi Swap. They do well, and they do provide a good service. Decentralized exchanges allow you to trade a bunch of tokens that you can't on centralized exchanges. They also, in my opinion, more closely match the actual price of the token, whereas we've talked about how Coinbase or Crypto.com will add 1.5% to 2% on the price when you buy or they'll take it off when you sell, and so you lose a little bit. Most people are willing to do that for the convenience, and that's fine. But yes, exactly, Gary. It's like Uniswap or PancakeSwap, but it's on the XRP ledger, which I think you guys know I am a huge XRP lover and maxi. So any decentralized play, if Saucer Swap on Hedera Hashgraph is going to be a big play, how much bigger is a decentralized exchange on XRP going to be? Last week or the week before when we were brought it up, yes, risk reward is high on this play.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very bullish on this for exactly what JC is about to explain right now.
And it's like we just talked about with the World Liberty coin. We bought into the pre-sale here just a little bit, just because we like it. I'm not looking to retire my bloodline with this play, but we were able to buy some tokens at 8.5 cents, and you can see up here at the top they've got time till the next round. Each round, this current price goes up just a little bit. So now you can see a week and a half later, instead of 8.5 cents per token, it's 10.5 cents per token. And they tell you right here, we are planning on launching our token at 35 cents. So you could, now don't get me wrong, if you miss that initial sale and you're just looking to let's say I wanted to sell my entire bag that I bought because it's almost a 4x. And so I'm going to make 4 times my money, which is a great return on your money typically. Obviously, we're in crypto, so we're looking for that 10,000x return, which I don't think is going to happen here, and that's okay. But imagine if that went to $3 instead of 35 cents.
And that's the thing, guys. As the people did with the World Liberty Finance coin, people are going to make money in this.
Let me ask Giro, because he said this, and I want to ask Giro about this in the chat while he's here. You say staking is available even during the token generation event, which is what we're at now. There is staking available. You can see over here on the thing that says staking. What I don't know, Giro, here's the estimated APR, and if it's gonna, there it goes, 14.5. Giro, I can't find how long the lockup is.
Yeah, that was one thing we were concerned about. It doesn't tell you exactly. We went through the white paper last night. We're going to look more into this. I'm assuming that we'll be able to unlock them when the token goes live. We'll be able to pull them out. But for now, we're nervous to stake anything just because we don't know what the vesting period is. For those of you guys who don't know about staking, you're locking your tokens up in the network to be used by other people in the same way bank works, where they're lending out money to people. And you're getting the interest on that. It's essentially what staking is. 14% APY, but that you got to understand, that's single staking. That's single-sided staking.
Yep.
It's
not liquidity pools. You're not having to double.
Pool. Yeah.
But I've got to think, because it's not calling it liquid staking, that it's gonna have a lockup. It is also on base chain. Yeah, I'll have to look. I think. Well,
Yeah.
you'll have to.
No, right there.
Yeah.
It's,
No, obviously. You see it right here.
It's on a bunch of different networks, actually.
There you go. ETH, Binance. I don't know what PLG is. Arbitrum, Base, Solana. Okay, so that's what you can.
Polygon. Why is it PLG? I thought it was POLY was the ticker.
I don't know. Whatever. Nobody uses Polygon.
Polygon's always changing their stuff. I'm so bearish on Polygon. I'm gonna get so much hate in the chat for it. Polygon is garbage. All right, I'm done.
Oh, he stepped away. Let me ask you again. Giro, do you know on the staking what the lockup period is? And just, 14%. What bank is giving it? The problem is, Giro, that ICE is already mentioned. He's getting, what are you getting on your base, your Arrow staking on base? Because it's way more than, Serum City uses Polygon.
I know.
And that's the only reason I'm still have any Polygon.
It uses both.
Yeah.
Why would it use both if Polygon's so great? Just saying.
I don't know. So we're doing our research on that, but this is.
And it's not POL, it's PLG now.
Plugga. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Plugga.
Pull the plug. So, like we talked about with the World Liberty Financial Trump coin, you get in early. That's where you make your money when you buy. And so, if you can get in on a pre-sale of a good project, now this is high risk, but it's also high reward. So I threw a little bit of money in this. Reptar threw a little bit of money in this.
Guys, this is one of those things where, like, we don't really know where it's going to go. It looks very promising. And again, when you get in on these pre-sales, you usually do pretty well. I mean, again, because the token is being listed at a much higher price than you bought it. Where it pumps from there, I mean, it
depends on its utility. It will either it will either get hyped up, just like, let me pull up that chart again so you can see it. Just like this. It launches here and people are like, "Oh, this is related to Trump. I want to get in," because you guys remember the Trump meme token on Solana? People made millions on that. So this is the follow-up to that. People go, "Oh, I've heard about this. The last one went crazy that was associated with Trump. Let me get in on this." And so it does this. It takes this little shooting star candle here. And then the big boys who got in at 1.5 cents are like, "Okay, that's enough. I'll sell mine."
And that's the thing. Like,
but look at the volume on that,
guys. Yeah, a lot of volume.
No, not like that big candle. Only 219 million in volume. Look at these candles. It's chopping around with 5 billion in volume. It dumped with just 218 million in volume. So yeah, just be aware.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. And the difference between something like DexRP though and this and World Liberty Finance coin is there's a lot more utility behind something like DexRP. DexRP is, again, it's a DeFi coin. I know that this is technically a DeFi platform meets traditional finance platform, but the token itself is not the DeFi token. It is a governance token. So I think this is a little bit more promising, I would say. Again, do your own research, moderate your risk, non-financial advice.
Always.
The things.
All the stupid lawyer disclaimers that you all know, and don't blame us because you're a moron.
Yeah. And that's a great point. The higher APY, the more risk you're usually taking. I mean, Arrow is definitely down quite a bit, because, the market's stuff. Arrow's still a great project, but liquidity pairing requires having 2 tokens to stake together. So that's why you're getting a little bit more APY. You're taking on more risk. But for single-sided staking, this is not bad. I am personally I wouldn't stake right now until I personally learn more about it.
Yeah. I'll give you an example.
I'm really bullish on this token, guys. I think any exchange on XRP is going to do really well.
So 2 examples for you here. I stake. I do the dual staking on Saucer Swap, and I stake a combination of HBAR and Sauce, and I get a yield. I can pull that out. I can close that at any time. At any time. I could do it right now. However, on crypto.com, I staked some Crow token, but I had to lock it up. I cannot unstake it for a period of time. So I think I have another 150 days before I can unstake it. Now, it generates me Crow tokens every week, but I cannot pull it out whenever I want. I have to lock it in, and I don't have access to it. So we don't know yet what that is on this DEXRP staking. And until we do, I think I'm going to just wait while we do some research. We're digging around. If we need to, we'll just get on the DEXRP X page and just ask them. Be like, hey, what's the lockup on this? And we'll see if they respond. If they're responsive to their community questions, that's a good sign.
Yeah, there you go. And guys, there's a lot going on right now, so we know it's hard to keep up, but that's why we're going to keep doing the show so we can, really try to keep you guys up to date on what's going on with this stuff.
Well, one last thing before we go, we'll hit you up with why we think September, October, and November are going to be good. This right here is the CME Group's projection for, let me come over here, the target rate probabilities for the September 17th meeting. So today is the 2nd, 15 days from now, or not tomorrow, but the next, 3 Wednesdays from now. Not tomorrow, but 2 weeks from tomorrow. The Fed will be having a meeting to talk about rates. There is currently a 90% chance of a 20. This is the current rate. You can see down here, 425 to 450. There's a 10.3% chance that it stays there. And then there is an 89.7% that they lower at 25 points. And then
and most of you guys are aware, lowering rates is going to be very good for crypto. It's going to be very good for stocks. It's going to be very good for all markets in general. So this is something that people are keeping a close eye on.
And then you've got people like this. I don't suggest you follow this guy. He just posts nonsense. But Jerome Powell is about to cut rates by 50 basis points this month. Not according to the CME projections. I haven't. It's possible, but I haven't seen anybody calling for that.
Send the markets into an absolute, super cycle if they did 50 races, because that's a large cut. Money would just flood into the markets at that point. People would be taking loans out left and right to get more money to put in the markets.
And there's talk about there. So there's a Fed meeting September. There's a Fed meeting October. There's a Fed meeting December. There are talks on social media and financial pages on social media pages that we will probably, more likely than not, see rate cuts in all three.
Exactly. So what we're probably going to see, guys, we might even see a 75 basis point, 25, 25, 25.
Between now and December?
Exactly. That is completely possible. But realistically, I do think that maybe we'll see a rate cut, keep it the same, another rate cut, maybe 50 basis points. Yep. I think that's what we should be, taking a look at, but who knows, guys, things could get crazy.
And if you see rate cuts combined with the Clarity Act, there's talk about, I believe the Senate gets back in session this week, and there's talk about them taking that up, maybe making a few changes. It'll have to go back to the House at that point. But if we can get the Clarity Act passed, which gives more legislation, you saw what just the stablecoin, it's not called the stablecoin bill, but the Genius bill, which was about stablecoins. You saw what that did for the markets. So if we can get the Clarity Act passed, which gives more regulations and more clarity for the banks and the financial institutions and all of the big boys to take even less risk, and we can see 3 rate cuts, and we can see a bunch of ETFs being approved by the SEC, and then just the absolute cherry on top, if we could see something come through legislation-wise that says no capital gains on U.S.-based crypto.
Oh, wait.
Maybe you can retire your bloodline. Nice. I think we're going to need multiple rockets. If all that's my favorite. If the only word in the entire language that's 1,000 letters long. If. Yeah. More rockets. Oh, it's Blinky. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I have so many little toys on my desk. I'll show you guys sometime. But
last week when you weren't here,
get the rockets ready.
No, I told everybody last week I've changed. I am no longer, if XRP hits $10,000 a token, I am no longer buying a private island. We're just going to build a space station.
We're building the space station, guys. If XRP goes to 10,000, we're building.
And hey, if you hold an Alpha Origins NFT, free ticket.
Call me Jeff Bezos. Call him Elon because we're
I'm
going
gonna
with-
beat you in space, you something.
Oh my god. But guys, thanks for joining us for the show. Quantum computing is not going to destroy anything. Trump's token, be iffy about it. But if you're looking for a degen token to get in, DexRP all the way.
Yep.
Not financial advice.
Love it. Not financial advice. Rule number 1, don't be a moron. Rule number 2, just don't be a douchebag.
Don't be a douche.
Love
You
it.
know a lot of them. Guys, have a great day. And we will see you tomorrow, bright and early for the morning show. And we'll get that new video out for you guys as well. Thanks for joining us.
Watch out for Ethel.
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. Thanks for joining us. We will see you in the Discord or wherever. We'll see you here back tomorrow morning. See you guys and gals and Purple Draft.